I don't know what's going on, man. Let me see. They got me messed up. I ain't doing all that. Oh, I swear I don't know. That's hatership, man. That gotta be. Oh boy. They just knocked my stream down. Went to go get some water. Came back with a big old water. Went to go get some water. Came back with a big old water. In the stream, my whole computer was froze. What's up with that? They threw me back. I don't know. That gotta be hatership. I don't know what happened. I went to go get some water. I came back in the stream. My whole computer just froze. I'm like, huh? Where that happened at? So if I didn't go get the water, would the screen have froze? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta figure that. That's crazy. Anyway, they be trying to throw you off. Let's let the people get back in. Hopefully the people find the stream again. Look at all these notifications I'm getting now. Trying to throw me off. I need to use that to get more hype and motivated. That's just a reset. Well, restore pages. See, look, I gotta restore everything. At least I restored it.
Bedroom.
See, bow. We right back on them. Well, anyway, I just was showing bro to give an example of what was going on.
Also has its own guest bath. That way you're not sharing it with family, friends, Airbnb person. So yeah, so they're excited about it. Had people hitting me up nonstop, like, hey, are they gonna close on it? Cause I wanna buy it. So yeah, this lot we purchased for $50,000 last year. At the time, this was in December of 2020. And that was like kind of top of the market at the time. And so people were skeptical of buying, but I knew when you see the transformation in the area, you know that prices aren't gonna stay low for long. And so like this brand new single family home was built. And so I was like, yeah, this lot is.
I know, but I don't do conspiracies and stuff. Like maybe I touched something. All I did was click play on the mouse. I don't even know how much it played once I stepped out the room. But I just be wondering like how it's gonna happen right when I step out the room.
For long, so we bought it for $50,000. Now lots are going for 70-ish, 75, and you know it's only been 10 months, right? So because we bought it at such a good price, you know, we got some profit built in there. And then obviously putting a structure on here adds even more kind of profit into the mix. So
I mean, let's just talk about it. He was being modest when he said that. He was being. Look, you can even see it in his face. Like, I hope y'all know what I just said. He's being very modest by saying putting a structure on here improves the value. What? That's taking it through the roof. That's making it something ridiculous. And so, I hope the people get to roll back in. Let me see if I can still open up a chat again. Is this the old chat, huh? Oh, here we go. Get some people back in the building, man. Why they do me like that? Oh, so this is what was the first thing I seen on mine? Huh? This weird. Oh, I didn't. That's clean that they showed that. They showed the other person's thumbnail on my video. They gonna be thinking I'm jacking them now. See? If y'all watch this video, just see that YouTube did that. But let's keep going though. We are watching y'all content. Can we support wealth? Matter of fact, I wasn't even subscribed. Building Wealth While Black is the channel.
And then, yeah, we'll probably be all in for maybe 250, 240, 250. And then, like I said, we're selling for roughly 300. So just a pretty reasonable amount of profit.
So he gonna make about 50 stacks each on 20 times.
profit, just, nothing too major, but something where.
You see how he did, y'all? That's a cool meal ticket, right? Man, I know I got my big math right. If 50 stacks 20 times ain't a meal ticket, I'm tripping. Yeah, that's a meal ticket. Yeah. Come on now. He getting 50 stacks 20 times. That's a meal ticket. He just ain't tripping.
The home buyer wins because they're getting an affordable duplex. We win because we're making some money. Builder wins. We're supplying jobs, making the community look better. So I think it's a win-win all around.
Woo! You think it's a win-win? We gonna emulate what you talking about to bring back the whole community, young black man.
So kind of the way it works is you buy the land, you send the survey to the plans and permitting company. The plans and permitting company is going to fit your structure on there. And then they're going to submit it to the city. That takes about 4 months to get the permits approved. So from December till April was permitting. And then April, May is kind of when we started construction. And construction should take about 4 to 6 months, depending on weather. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like July or August where we had rain basically every day. And when it stopped, it would only stop for like 2 days. And so it needs to dry up fully before you can do like the foundation and some more work. So when it rains, that's how, if you're wondering like how can it go from 4 to 6 months, the weather is a big piece of how it can extend the timelines. Obviously supply chain issues. We didn't have
all those issues can get with your funding too. I don't know if you're gonna talk about it.
Too much trouble. Cabinets were an issue for us. Like it took us a while to get cabinets. Windows are an issue for a lot of people right now. So basically I tell people 6 months because that's kind of on the higher end, but ideally we want to be done in like 4 to 5. But again, these delays where there's not much you can really do come up and you just kind of got to roll with it. You just build it into your model. So like if you're paying interest on the construction loan like we are, you need to account for that potential 6 months. Yeah, so see, working.
All right, that's good. I showed a lot of them. You can watch the whole video if you want to. And so again, he was more speaking on the residential aspect, and he never had intentions to say anything about a cultural, ethnic, or cultural enclave. He simply said he trying to get his paper. He ain't even trying. It's inevitable, the paper that he's getting, because he's in the right market. All right, but it's still this template is the easiest, quickest way to get into what we talk about and what we desire. So then when we talk about, my business plan is not private, it's not secret, and it's not like, it ain't nothing that we don't be discussing all the time. The simplest way, since some of these people already set up to where they don't have to get their land and stuff this way. But this is just the simplest way in for me. And since I'm experienced in it, I'm going to set up multiple. First of all, my company is going to be a compassionate company. Even though we know this is capitalism, you don't have to do predatory stuff. And so we were just talking about scenarios and how we can get into the position that the brother got into with a little bit of money. You got to crawl before you ball. You know what I'm saying? Let's tap in with the chat. I'm mad that they had to reset the video, man. What's up, Zoo? Tribute Phone. See y'all back in the building. Shout out for rolling through. Peace to the African diaspora. Peace, peace, peace. Anybody else in the building, tap in with the chat real quick. I'm just stalling, man. I'm mad that they threw me back. Hopefully some people find the stream again. But here we go. Now, I'm just saying, say we talking about a business plan. Some people don't even understand the business plan. You already got a business plan when you be thinking of, oh, I'm about to do this and get this. If you thought the process through of how you about to get the paper out of it, you got the business plan. But what you don't got is the well written out details and the outline. So this is why I recommend ChatGPT for anybody who ain't, in my life, this is R2D2C3PO. Assistants are still needed because you need manual, but artificial intelligence, text prompt artificial intelligence that uses the database of the knowledge on the internet is some of the best assistants you can have right now. So when I was like, you got your business plan in your head, but you don't know how to arrange it, I'm just going to show you how to use ChatGPT for that. Really talk to the artificial intelligence like it's human and talk to it, let it know your frustrations and your problems and tell it what you needed to fix. So I'm about to just give you a quick example of an easy way to do it. Like, all right, I'm going to talk, I want to write, let me see, I want to write a business plan, excuse me about my typing. I need to get comfortable. I want to write a business plan for an idea I have. Now it's gonna first tell you something what you need to do. Look, great. Writing a business plan is an important step. So it's gonna really list everything that you need to do, right, in order to write out your business plan. I mean, I'm not about to read all of this because it's way too thorough. But if you follow what it say, it's even gonna help you do it. So right now, it's say executive summary. Start with a brief overview of your business idea and the goals you want to achieve. So then you come here and put executive summary and say, I want to do this. Somebody put I seen they took that down in the chat. It shocked me for a minute. Say executive summary. But you really could get lazy and say, give me an example of a bit. Now you gotta say, give me an example, BUS, of a business plan for a land development company. Now I'm gonna say, in this example, the company will obtain tax lien property, tax sales property, initially. Really, they're gonna make this tight. Once we flip the tax lien property, tax sales property, we will use these funds, to what we're gonna use to acquire more land assets. The goal is to receive construction loans to build a cultural, COAVE, cultural, I gotta say African American, to build an African American, now hold on, they helping me out. But watch how they just, so now you know your business plan, and I'm saying it in a regular format that ain't business applicable. It sound like you talking to your homies, but they gonna take it and put it into the business format. The goal is to receive construction loans to build to build African American cultural enclaves in the U.S. So now it's going to take all of his recommendations and put it into example form. So in example form, you really getting the business plan. See, they even go, now what you have to do as a person is go in it and edit it and make it right. But you have, so this is what you do. Let me show you. I'm going to copy this executive summary all the way down to here. And it's still writing it. 5 million funding requests. They hooking me up. You feel me? It's going all the way through. Now look, now you take this, I copy it. Now I'm going to open up Microsoft Word. Come on, Word. I just type Word. I don't know, my computer just froze on me, so it might be still hating. Why would my computer be hating though? That's when you get spooky. That's when you get spooky. This is that is when you get spooky. Let me see how you. I need this over here. And go right here. Give. Let me see something. I want to see something. This is just some other shit. Let me see. I just be writing stuff. Reparations. I was trying to figure out some reparation stuff. Earlier, I just, let me see. This is what I'm trying to go. All right, so I was just trying to get into a new part of the document. I could have just started over, but I'm being lazy. Executive summary. I need to make this bigger. Now notice that off what I told ChatGPT to do, they just put all of the legal verbiage in there, but you need to, not legal, all of the make it a business verbiage for your business plan, and then you come make the header page. But let's go into the executive summary and start to format this correctly and make it true. Our land development company, see, mine ain't called this. It's called, so I need to go into the finder, right? I'm going to copy this just to show people the quick way. Copy this. I'm going to click replace. I'm going to put that right there. It's going to replace that company with the name of my company. I could have put this. I should have told ChatGPT the name of my company, but now I'm going to replace all of that company with that. All right, so cool. Now, so it says our development company, AAA Land and Development, LLC, is focused on acquiring tax sales properties initially and flipping them. So I want them to word that different. And flipping them to acquire more land assets. So watch, I'm going to come here and say, don't say flipping. Don't say. Now it's going to find another word for flipping. I apologized. Here's a business plan that avoids the word flipping. You know what I'm saying? And it's writing it over. And you can say, now I'm about to tell it some stuff. Use more corporate language. Real talk. Now it's going to come anew, but hold on, it's waiting to finish the last one. Use more corporate language. Sure, here's an updated version. Now they're going to give you one that's really on the level. Come on, cuz. So all you would have is an assistant in the other office doing this. This is what I would normally do. I'm going to give them the layout, but put it into the format that works. They still got me seeking 5 million. I might stick with that number. They hit me with the 5 million, huh? Let's go see what they talking about. Let's read it right here. I told them to avoid using the word flipping. Dude, I will show you the strength of ChatGPT. It will write the best apology letter for you. If you like, man, I just broke up with my woman. I need an apology. It's going to be like, baby doll, you were the best. You think I'm playing? So look, executive summary. Our land development company, again, I need to tell it, my company is called now it know to change it. It's like, oh my bad, I'm about to fix it. Look, just like a good secretary. Look, thank you for letting me know. Here's an updated version of the business plan using the company name. Man, this thing is smart. So it's an executive summary. AAA Land and Development LLC is a land development company focused on acquiring and redeveloping tax sale properties to build African American cultural enclaves in the United States. Yeah, that's perfect and that's true. Our mission is to create sustainable, culturally diverse, not that diverse, but our mission is to, but they being right. I told them to add the corporate language. Our mission is to create sustainable, culturally diverse communities that foster economic growth and social well-being. That's perfect. We are committed to generating superior returns for our investors while positively impacting underserved. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I don't really want too many investors. You're not going to be able to get in like that. So the way they're going to be able to invest is going to be different. So I'm going to explain that to ChatGPT. The company description, AAA Land and Development is a privately held company registered in the state of Delaware. I'm going to say we are in California. But not to make it work too much, I'm going to put all my changes in one rebuttal. In Delaware, all right, what they say I was registered. They just giving me, I told them to write an example. You got to remember. Our headquarters are located in Baltimore, so I'm going to say our head are in Oakland, California. Our leadership team is comprised of seasoned real estate development professionals, which will be true, because I understand to be a boss, if you in something you don't do, you just hire people who do it. All right, that's the main thing. While extensive expertise in finance, project man. Okay, with extensive expertise, that has to be reworded to be true. Okay, now let's see. Market analysis. Our business strategy centers on identifying tax sale properties in economically disadvantaged areas with significant growth potential. That's true. It says we will leverage marketing research to analyze demographic trends, economic indicators, and industrial factors to select the most suitable properties for redevelopment. So true. Our target market is African American. See, they got to word that better. Our target market is African Americans interested in living in sustainable, culturally rich communities. I'm not mad at that. Our target market is, I need them to say something like low income, even though you don't got to be low income. But that is like, what they say. Says, because you can't do that and target African Americans. So, I'm going to say R. What is it? See, notice how most economic enclaves are what? Economic. If you try to say we're going to do an all-white community, that's illegal. So they do it other ways. You feel me? We registered in California. Our headquarters are in Oakland, California. Our target market is... So earlier, I'm going to just let y'all know something. I'm just about to file for a new EIN because I accidentally shared one earlier. It ain't no big deal. I go through this. And there ain't nothing on that EIN. And now, after this video, it's going to be over. But that was just one of my LLCs apparently that popped up. Like, you don't want everybody to have your EIN. It's like a business social. And so all you do is go right back to the IRS, and they'll give you one in 5 minutes, just in case somebody think they're a scammer out there who's seen that EIN and they think they're gonna do something with it. That's not gonna work. It says, we are registered in California. Our headquarters are in Oakland, California. Our target market is, what is it? Low income for low income housing for urban communities. Oh, I definitely pay for this Chat GPT. So I used to pay at least $20 an hour for an assistant. This is $20 like a month or something. You know what I'm saying? We're registered in California. Our headquarters are in Oakland, California. Our target market is low-income housing for urban communities. All right. So let's keep reading it, because it's going to fix all of this stuff. It says, our enclaves will feature community gardens, public art, and recreational spaces that promote social interaction and community building. That's perfect and true. It says, we will utilize stable building practices to create energy efficient homes and community spaces that reflect African American culture and history. That's so true. Oh, this is products and services. Our company specializes in acquisition and redevelopment of land. Yeah, okay, that's all true. Let's see. Yeah, you gotta pay for ChatGPT. It says marketing and sales. We will employ a comprehensive marketing and sales strategy to promote our cultural enclaves. Our efforts. Close that door for me, please. Hey, can y'all close that door? Thank you. Our efforts will include targeted advertising, social media campaigns, and community outreach programs. So right now, they even recommending things that you probably didn't even think that you could say, yep, we sure is going to do that, because that is what you're going to do. You don't have to promote, but this type of promotion ain't like that. You're going to be doing traditional real estate promotion. Only I am. All right. Because if you look at these new developments around us, it's hard to find out how to buy one of those homes right now. You got your operations and your management. You got your financial projections. Now you're going to talk to them, because you got to obviously put it into the format with some wording. The more information you give it, the more it could go by. But look at the funding request. It says, we are seeking $5 million in funding to acquire tax sales property, hire staff, and to fund initial. I don't need that. I don't need $5 million. I don't need 10 stacks. But yeah, they telling you exactly, they valuing the business right there. It's telling you right there what somebody with an idea like this is what you need to be talking about. We are seeking $5 million in funding. I'm not doing that. No, that's the other way. That could stay in there, but I know how to get it popping. So I'm not about to be like going around seeking that. We will have ways for people who want to get in on that, but that ain't it though. So here's the appendix. Includes details, financial projections, resumes of key personnel, and legal documents related to our business operations. It says, here's the conclusion. AAA Land Development, AAA Land and Development, LLC is committed to creating culturally rich, sustainable communities that promote economic growth and social well-being. Our business model is designed to generate superior returns for investors while positively impacting underserved communities, keeping all of that. We believe that our African American cultural enclaves will provide a unique and desirable living experience for buyers and investors alike. Wow. See? Now I'm not even hoarding this one because I needed to fix stuff. So I'm going to click it and watch it fix all that. It's going to apologize. Thank you for adding additional information. Here's an updated version of the business plans that reflects your company's registration and target market. So it took me out of Delaware. Look, now I'm in Oakland. I'm registered in California, and that's the truth. Okay? So again, you just take the example and make it the truth and rock. This is a wonderful, I wouldn't ask, man, I ought to pay somebody some bread for this. Write the business plan here, you get this. They could probably take up to 6 hours writing it. Maybe 5 hours if they took that long. But I wouldn't have walked in and been like, what you doing? I tripped off it like that. Or call, or whatever the arrangement is. I'm just imagining being in an office space. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll keep that funding request $5 million on there. So now let me show y'all some more savvy. Don't sleep. You can't outsmart the AI, bro. This is artificial intelligence. Watch this. Take this business plan, excuse me, and form excerpts, excuse me, all my spelling. Take this business plan and form excerpts for text on our website. Certainly. You don't even need to come up with the text for the website no more. So now, welcome to AA Land and Development. We are a land and development company based in Oakland, California, focused on building sustainable, affordable housing for low-income urban communities. Our mission is to create culturally diverse communities that promote economic growth. So that's for one category on your website. Here go our vision, the second field on your website. At AAA Land and Development, we envision a world where everyone has access to safe, affordable housing. We believe that affordable housing is a basic human right and that everyone deserves the opportunity to live in a safe, secure, and healthy home. Perfect. You can modify that if you want to. Now you're going to show your strategy, which they already know because it knows your business plan. So watch this. Our business strategy centers on identifying tax sale properties in urban areas with significant growth potential. Come on now. This is crazy. So now you got all the excerpts in the text for your website. Down to the team, funding, contact us. Now you could go further. How far you want to go? It's artificial intelligence. See, it looked like I've been talking for 30 minutes, but I actually been talking for hella long because all these shows keep failing. They keep getting stopped by the computer. What would you like the artificial intelligence to do with this, dude? It will do it. I would say form a series of emails, of marketing emails from our business plan. Now you got to get more. The more information you give it, the better it works. The first email should. I'm telling you, working with R2D2. I'll be trying to put those up on game before they be like, oh, we shut down ChatGPT. The first email should be, so write a series of marketing emails, some introductory. The second email should explain what should it explain? Our goals, and issues or company addresses, and social issues and social or company addresses, and the third I don't even have to have right grammar, and the third email should be a pitch to investors. Dude, this is ridiculous. It's only like $20 a month, but you could use it for free, ChatGPT. But the free one ain't gonna be all doing all this. So that's why I had to. This is a business utility. So you file this under utilities, and this is a tax write-off. Or you could probably file it how you want, because we don't know how to file artificial intelligent drones yet. Oh, well, let's see how it did these 3 series of emails. This is the introductory one that you use first. Subject: welcome to AAA Land and Development. Dear, so I gotta tell them that they shouldn't be welcome to it, but dear name, we are excited to introduce you to AAA Land and Development, a land and development company based in Oakland, California. Dude, I will send this to all my sisters. They're gonna be laughing like, John, here you go again. I thought if it's $4.99 or $1.99, is whatever they do make you pay. It says, we are excited to introduce you to AAA Land and Development, a land development company based in Oakland, California, focused on building sustainable, affordable housing for low-income urban communities. Our mission is to create culturally diverse communities that promote economic. So look, you got a lot of the text material for any company just using ChatGPT, but it don't work by itself. You're still the brain, so what you put into it, it can now help you, but it ain't gonna come up with an idea for you. I never typed, come up with an idea for me. It actually will come up with an idea for you, but I don't be putting come up with an idea for me. I want to do a store. And it will, if you tell it what to go by. Tell me what people is selling the best right now. But anyway, that ain't how you should really use it. You use it to assist in your ideas. If you need this, it's here for you. So our leadership team is comprised of seasoned real estate. Y'all about to, all right, take it easy. Our leadership team is comprised of seasoned real estate development professionals with extensive expertise in finance, project management, and construction. That will be true because I'm going to have to hire an accountant. You're going to hire some project managers and construction people. It says, we are dedicated to ensuring that our developers are. So this is the first email they got. Now here go the second email they got. Goals and social issues. Our mission to address social issues. Dear, what's the name? At AAA Land and Development, we believe that everyone deserves access to safe, affordable housing. Unfortunately, many low-income. Now this is also your script for your employees. Everybody need to have this memorized. It's a catechism of the. So this is what you got to understand. I explain companies as cults, but they're the only cults that our society allows today. All right? The other cults are religious. The only cults allowed, again, the only cultures that are allowed to develop in America right now are economic. Each company has its own culture, which is the root, where we get cult from. All right. Oh, wait. Hold on. All right. So that was that, and so that was that. But I ain't even tripping. Now here go the third one. I said pitch it to investors. Join us in making a difference. Dear on the AA land and development, we are dedicated in creating sustainable, affordable, blah, 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 blah. We are seeking $5 million in funding by. Now, if you don't want to go that route, you say, just do it all in the first email. But now that's that. Now I'm going to talk about it. Because I haven't talked to her about, I haven't talked to it about what? This is what I want to know. Which states are tax sale states? Google could have told you that. So these are the states that you're about to be able to actually acquire the real property in. All of these states, yo. What? That looked like almost everywhere. Let me see. I'm about to say, are these tax lien? All right, see, that's what I'm saying. I'll get here and I'll just be building and getting taught by the AI all day. So let me get back on to where we was at. So now you know it can be done. You know it's legally permissible. It's just us to permittable. It's just us to move forward to action. And it's not going to just happen in one place. That people going to follow these templates. That's why I'm trying to be public and erect these all over the world. I mean, that what? What is our problem? Everybody else got one. We be boosie. I ain't going out like that. You feel me? So I'm going to go out like my homie right here. Oh, hold up. Let me go back. What was the video at? That's another dude. This is another millionaire real estate developer at 25.
You see, working on the cabinets right now.
So he's been a millionaire because of all those assets he got. Well, you know, the equity made him a millionaire before he ever sold them. It's not about how much money you got in the bank. When you bust a move like that and you got something equitable worth $1 million, you are a millionaire. People be thinking it's about what you got in the bank. Liquid be the smallest part of a millionaire. He can always access liquid, but you don't really want. Look what's happening in the banks right now. So, shout out to him with the 20 duplexes and the positive motivation that this bring us on doing this type of stuff.
The other side is bringing me $1,475, but obviously there's a delta there. So only, $500 or so, $400. So it's not much I have to pay. But again, I want to save as much money as possible so I can invest it. So I want to save to invest. So instead to make up that difference, I rent out an extra room on my.
So what we talking about? Let's talk about what we know. It's just about getting construction loans on land that you own. If you could own the land, you already cool. That's what he said. He bought the land, and then you get the construction loan on top of the loan. I'm on top of to go on top of the land. So that's why I've been talking to ChatGPT. Let me see if I can open it up about this credit, not a credit union, but a credit club. A credit club, dude. They don't even got all this stuff in the world right now. Like, why they don't got that? That's stupid dumb. Matter of fact, last night I had some get out of bed motivation because that's when my ideas will hit me, and I got some dumb get out of bed motivation to go work on this credit club. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna work with ChatGPT. But see, in my phone I could pull it back up from last night, my conversations, I'm not seeing my conversations here for some reason. Keep saying check back soon. So what the Credit Club do? It's just like, all right, first of all, this idea has expanded into like probably another $1 billion idea, so I probably shouldn't talk about this one. But the Credit Club is something. But what it expanded to in my brain, I probably gonna try to make that manifest, so I won't build on it. But let's talk about the Credit Club. What that do? Well, it's just like a credit union. It's supposed to help those, brand new to credit achieve credit or what have you by rocking with them. Well, a credit club is like, it's not necessarily peer to peer, but it's groups that help each other be responsible and accountable enough to get in a position to acquire funding, business funding, sharing the secrets, the information, and even doing the beneficial things that people have learned. Like it was for years where we would just go to anybody and buy authorized user accounts in order to help get a better score. You know, if somebody with a $50,000 credit card make you an authorized user, that help your score. But we never use that systematically and methodologically in order to build a group up together. To where eventually if this club possesses, just say I got 100 members, and so it's going to be broken down into tiers by the score. 800 club, 700 club, 600 club, 500 club. 500 club can't even say nothing really. All they could do is read. You feel me? I'm just going to keep it a buck. All you could do is read inside of this conglomerate and get valuable information, but you are valuable as everyone else because we all are as valuable as each other. We trying to get everybody to a level of financial acceptance in that world. Because if you're trying to move me without lending and stuff, I do that too. I know how to do that, but that ain't, man, I'm tired of that. Like, I'm going to do it from the ground up. No. So you proving it now, just go to the bank, come out with the 750 or whatever dude said, and come out and do it. But so, really what it comes down to is that's also mutually beneficial for all members, because let's say inside of that credit club, you got all of the things that one with good credit could do to help one without good credit. That also would do what? What would it do? It would put monetary gain into the person with good credit pocket. Because what we're doing is we taking the system of trade lines and we putting the political motivation behind it. Trade lines. This is already a thing, okay? You could go right here and buy good credit. You're not really buying. Well, this is authorized users, and when we start talking about this, if you really want to have a detailed conversation about it, this don't really work like it used to work. 2 or 3 years ago, you could simply come right here. So why could this work? Because you click buy trade lines, right? And you're going to see a list of people with good credit that got credit cards that they will add you to for this amount over here. But why would they do that? Because there's no risk to them. You do not know who they are. They just helping you on your credit profile. So when you step in front of a lender, they say, oh, somebody trusted you to be on a $50,000 credit card. And so now this company, Trade Line Supply, is simply, see, if I click this, I could sell my good credit to other people. If I click this, I could fix my bad credit by buying a trade line. Now, if you want to get into details, they still selling them, but it don't work like it used to. What do I mean by that? Inside of lending, a lot of companies have talked to their underwriters about identifying authorized user accounts and not giving you credit for that, even though they haven't changed the credit algorithm that allows people and scammers to exploit people. What do I mean? Yeah, and now, and since they came out with all this stuff, T-Dope, Sable stopped taking accounts. Right, with all this banking stuff, they ain't taking applications no more. But we'll talk about that. So let's look at this. Again, this is just somebody who has let's look at this. This is somebody who has a Barclays account. That's the bank. Oh, man, every time. I got to learn how to do this without making it do that, man. For real. Every time I come to this site, it do that. So this Barclays account has a $11,500 credit limit on it. But it was only open in 2020 of April. So really, if you know about trade lines, this ain't a good one. So that's why the person only wants $340 to add that to your credit. But how does this work in our credit collective? The same way. You feel me? You don't know who in the 800 or the 700 club who will authorize you because the system ain't set up that way so that nobody is ever in jeopardy of that. It's already out here. Now you want to see what a good trade line would be on here. You got to click date opened. Forget everything else. Date open, most important. So now look at this. Now I'm gonna find one. I know one. I'm gonna take you to this place just cause we be on it like that. Here go one. Oh my gosh. Don't add this to your credit. No matter even if it's only an authorized user. This is trade line supply. So this trade line I just found right here is a doozy. And I'm gonna tell you this. I bought a trade line in about 7 years ago from a company that stopped selling trade lines while I had one, and that thing is still posted to me. So you never know how thorough they will even be with taking them back off your credit. But if they up and running, they normally gonna be thorough. So you only you gotta realize that this is authorized users. I'm not promoting authorized users. I'm talking about all of the different advantages that a credit collective could do to help each other. You see what I'm saying? Now, come on, man. That's everything I say. I mean, everything I say ain't smart or genius but some stuff is really like poke some holes in it. How would that mess up? What's the matter with that? So the trade line I was just looking at was a good one. It was a $40,000 big bank. So again, I'm not talking about trade lines or promoting them, but you got to know the details to trade lines too. You don't want no small bank trade lines. You definitely don't want no store trade lines. You only want big bank trade lines. So the difference between trade lines is authorized user and primary account. You see what I'm saying? Primary account. Now I've been on that hype. That's what everybody on because FinTech allowed for that. So we need to thank Joe Biden, I'm telling y'all, for doing this bank bailout that he just did and saving SVB Bank because a lot of us was about to start learning which FinTechs, all the way down to Coinbase. Imagine how many people was about to be affected by that. Coinbase got a foot in USDC. USDC is backed by Circle, who bank with who? SVB. So imagine when you was about to find out that Coinbase was holding some reserves in SVB. They haven't said nothing about that yet. But it's hecka. See, now I'm on my old hype looking through trade lines. It's because I have found one that was $40,000. And it was like the best one on this site right now. I remember how I found it. So if somebody confused about what we're talking about, this is people with good credit who will add you as an authorized user in order to help boost your score. Now, the older their credit card is, the better the trade line. Oh my gosh! The older the credit card is, the better the trade line. This site hella hoopty though. As soon as you touch anything, it refresh. So here go one, a Discover card. That's good. $20,000, 1992. It was open. That's very good. You about to get 31 years of credit history. So this person is charging $1,300 to do that for you. Now here's the thing. They can't add unlimited users, and authorized users is getting played out. It was real strong 3 or 4 years ago and before that. But here's the thing. In a credit collective, this person is still getting, the person with the good credit is still getting his $1,300 minus the fee that this company charges. And the other person is still getting the trade line, right? But since y'all banks, they still crashing right now, or the bailout didn't stop it? Oh man, tell me the bailout didn't stop it, man. Because we thought that the bailout would stop the crash that was pending to happen this week. But crypto going up, so that means a lot. Let's just look at that real quick. Because if it start going back down, yeah, Bitcoin cracked $24,000. So this is what I'm trying to show you. These are them plays we be talking about. Look, who wouldn't have wanted 16% on whatever in the last 24 hours? Who wouldn't have wanted that? Who wouldn't have wanted even 10%? Say you had a G yesterday, now you got 1,100. That's why cats stay in the crypto space, and I bet you they wasn't the hardest rebound. Look, who wouldn't have wanted 64% overnight? That's why I ain't getting out the crypto space. Yeah, it's closer to gambling than stocks, but who wouldn't have wanted to be one of these people? You know, some people did this. This ain't just numbers on the screen. This is some people who earned 65% on whatever they had 24 hours ago. But they would have had to buy it 24 hours ago. That's the difference. If they was holding it 48 hours, you see what I'm saying? So knowing this game is different too. So saying if they bought it 7 days ago, they'd be up 20%. Yeah, crypto's so dumb volatile is why I like it. I don't even go to the casino no more. I just be like, casino? I'm just going to find a real volatile crypto and watch it all day and tap out of that mug when it's gone. But now let's not be confused, because this is what we're talking about. There are 22,882 cryptos, and in these I have one of them. But apparently they delisted us. They didn't delist us. Here we go right here. What they did was stop tracking our market data. Market data is not tracked. So I'm all the way up on what's going on in the crypto space. If you go to CoinGecko, you can see one of my other projects, which is the Bar DAO. If we go right here, they still tracking our data. HyroCoin. Well, they supposed to be, but when I typed it right here, I don't see us popping up. So really, we was getting so low activity that we might have to go into a DEX. But why not? Hold on. They tripping. Oh, I'm tripping. No, I know why. I got to put a different name. If not, well, they might have got us up out of there too. But these is just certain reporting types that report on your activity. And so really now we have to go into DEXs and things like Dex tools or what have you. I don't know. I gotta look into that CoinGecko. I gotta see what's going on. And let me see. Yeah. All right. And so some of the positive movement with what you call it probably would see. This is what I don't know what's going on this old chart, but what they say that's at right now at a third of a penny. So when it was launched or whatever, not even a third of a penny, it's under the penny, like some 2 zeros behind a cent or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But it ain't been no movement on this in a while, and it's just like sitting there. And so really what we waiting on is the business plan was for people to actually take advantage of the system so that it would bring some movement to the project. But after having that up for a year and nobody actually submitting a proposal, I've been talking to my people about restructuring everything and seeing if we could go in a new direction. Make it easier for people to submit proposals. But a lot of people, I think the hang up is we want people to contribute a portion of the intellectual property that we help fund back to the collective. What's so hard about that? Like, if you go get a record deal, they're going to take 50% or 100% of your masters. So we got a situation where you could get some money and choose what you get back or whatever. Let me see something else. I want to go someplace else. I want to go to POOCRIN because I ain't even looked at none of these numbers in heck long. And I want to make sure we type Hyro Coin. That bar gonna pop up. There we go. Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, that's good. That's what we know. Them numbers is right. And so this is just with the rest of the market because this coin is riding on what? Let me see something. I just want to see something. Okay, so that's cool. No. So when you see down, it ain't cool. What I was looking at is, I'm not on that now. I'm looking to see if this chart is still moving because we ain't getting those sales. But that chart is still moving with the activity of the coin that is riding on, which is BNB. But essentially, this 7% in a week that BNB got, I should be able to see that reflected on PoolCoin somewhere. If I look at a week, maybe. But I don't know. But that's that though. And so, like I said, let's look back at the project though. Let's just look back at the project and see what it's worth. I ain't even been on it like that. You know why? Because the crypto, the enthusiasm over crypto. So the market capital right now is 130,000. So this is a project that I started, and the market cap right now we got is 130,000. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? I've seen this market cap go up to some high millions. But so now I recommend we use the decentralized, the DEXs, to follow the price of these things or whatever. And I'm happy to see some resurgence back into crypto, but we'll see if it's just a one-day bump. It don't appear to be. It seems like we're going to be cracking 25,000 with Bitcoin before we finish this video. Because when I last looked, well, it depends on how long I make the video. But anyway, let's go back to the land and stuff. Shout out to Sister Darnisha. You know, it's my favorite investigator. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, busting these power moves. And shout out to my mans who told me that they went to Capital on Tap and got 20 bands. If you go look at Capital on Tap right now, they probably ain't taking applications. just because what's going on in the nation with these bank collapses. But guess what's going to keep happening? And guess what's going to happen more? More inventory when the nation start to fail, more inventory getting added into these tax sales, into these tax liens. Yeah, ain't no coin ever gonna have no stable value, and they all got red on them. Until the market rebound, it is what it is. And so this is my target ground for. So stuff like this, let's really talk about it. That's why this one went up to 14,000 so far. You can see why this one ain't as bad as some of the other ones. Even though you in Nyland, California, right? You're going to get a free and clear title, grant, and a deed on a quarter of an acre, right? But the reason why this one is good because it got people living around it already. So it's still desert nowhere, right? But you got to think that the market, we crawl before we ball, man. Like you ain't, unless you already can go get the fat ones, then look at that. So I'm just going to look at this real quick just to see. And this ain't my traditional way to look at stuff. Now, see, this is even something different. I mean, because for some strange reason, when we look at the TAC records, 3 plots is out in yellow. But I guess these 3 equal, I guess 32, 33, and 34 equal what we see outside of this right here. All right. So somebody gonna buy that, probably slap a trailer on it. I'm not interested in that, but I look at these type of things, but not really that one. That type of stuff. You look right here, man. Let's see. The other day we back in Alameda County. So again, I don't like looking there. Because I'm from there, so I don't be liking to see nobody I know house or be displaying that on my show. But nevertheless, you can also. I said the company I just established is not just doing predatory business. We also doing compassionate business. And so we just discussed how knowing this information ain't just to the detriment of the owner. The only thing that's to the detriment of oh my God, this is about to be such a good one. How many people seen this? Almost 1,000 people seen it. It's starting 7 days. I'm not in position to bid on nothing like this, but what I keep want my people to see is this. And the process that I'm doing right in front of you is simply the process. All right, what I mean by that. The preliminary research that needs to be done before you know if you're interested or not is simply just this. Because what are you interested in? Do you want a house to live in? Do you want to make some money? Normally we're looking for a flip. This is like a 45 days till you get the deed, right? So just say 61,000. You know they could go for 10 times that. Sometimes people start walking when they get over 10 times. So this literally could go for 610,000 just from my experience. But I guarantee you, even if it go for 610,000, this is going to be a profit. Because I see it say Union City, and it's probably going to go well into the 1.5 or 2 millions. So let's see, Union City. So I got to go right here then. I thought y'all was leaving. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let me see. So this is the address in Union City. Now, you know if it pop up on LoopNet, what do that tell you? It's commercial. So that's even better. It's not really better because residential accumulate better than commercial. But what is this showing us? Let's see. It's not going to give us no value on it like that because if it's not on the market. But you can run comps. This is a building in Union City that could be acquired for they owe $60,000 in taxes. And so let's see how big it is. I mean, this is prime area. Like this ain't, the lot size is 1/4 of an acre, and the total square feet of the building seems to be 3,744, or that might be the lot. Here go the parcel number if you want to see it better. And all right, they show the median home value in the area, 700,000, 800,000, 875. Okay, but what we trying to see is the sales history. It's been for lease for a while, so they might lose it. Well, that's well over $1 million. Don't even trip off that. So something for 60,000 in the auction. I'm gonna say well over $1 million, because Union City, you ain't getting no building in Union City, California for under $1 million. But I need to show something that got harder evidence, because this is what my business do. So right now I'm officially, well, I just put in the registration. I gotta wait to get my documents back. But what I'm doing right now, I'm actually really working at 2 businesses. I'm working on my YouTube channel, which I haven't turned into a LLC. I'm just doing business as. And I'm also doing research for my land and development company right now. This is facts. And so this one starting at 4 racks is very good, but it don't got an address. So let me keep going. When it say closed, the person came and paid the taxes. All right. So you might started researching something, then that mug said closed on you. The next day you look into the app like, what? I wasted my money. So again, this is sensitive because this is 36,000, but this is business. This is 36,000 owned on this property. That's probably worth well over $1 million again. Now y'all think I'm lofty? Let's see, 800,000. Golly, how lofty am I being? 834,000 is the Zillow's estimate, and they estimate you could get 3,500. You could get 3,500 renting a house. They got the house blurred out for some reason. Totally fine. Look like rain dropped on their camera. So next you want the extensive, you go to Google Maps, and you go look at the condition and all this stuff. Right? Because Google gonna set you up. Oh, but Google blurred out too? Maybe we could get around that. We could get around that Google by going to the street view. Click right here. And wait, I need to open up this map. Where is he going? Let me see. It's one of these houses. But you're going to drive by there. But what about the money? Like 800,000. So they got 30,000 in taxes. Maybe somebody who used to handle that responsibility already is, sometimes people leave properties to people that people don't even got interest in. You never know the situation. So there you say, okay, I got 40 bands. So I could pay their taxes right now, right? Well, before this even go to auction, you set up a company that do this. You don't just be coming to people's house without all that chat GPT stuff I showed you, your scripts and everything. Because somebody will probably shoot you. Because a lot of people don't know they losing their property and stuff. Think about it. And you could meet a person at a stress moment, and they could be like, you got what? I'll be right back. And take it out all on you. So really, even though your intent was to do compassionate business, what's compassionate about that? It's still predatory, but it's not the same type of predatory. It's compassionate because in 7 days, this home, if they're living in it, is going to be auctioned off at the auction, right? But if you game tight enough, you going to go knock on the door with the proper suit and everything on, and you're going to have it worded so right that you never offend the person while you let them understand the opportunity that you providing. Yeah, we was just talking about the unclaimed funds, and we got an investigator right in the chat right now. You feel me? Registered with the state. You know? Because that's how we do. We spread the information, and the wise people take advantage of it. You feel me? And so here we go. Minimum bid, let's say, now this is the best way to do it. I'm telling you, the best way to do it. And this is what my company gonna have to do. And this don't stop. There's no competition. We not crabs in the barrel. I don't live where you live, and you don't know what I'm really gonna target. This is just an example. So it's no problem talking about this. The compassionate business is step into this person who don't know where they about to live after this auction go off and telling them, look, I can't stop the auction, but what we can do is acquire the property. You could even structure it to acquire the property to, if you wanted to, you don't have no reason to. But if you that compassionate, you could acquire the property, and once they agree, you could say, I'm going to form a new limited liability company and make you a member. So the ownership now is going to go from what it used to say to now this LLC that at least you a member of. So you still feel like an owner, but you ain't about to own no portions of it unless you work your way back up to that. You could eventually buy the house back off us by just giving us the profit that we intend to make. That's all 100. All completely legal. It is all wise to do. Because what did you just do? You just beat 819 people who are waiting for this auction to take place. So what's going to happen with the status of this property? It's going to go from this status to this status. Let's see. Let me show you. So now I'm going to show you something. You see how that say closed? So you telling me, you know how this works? When you know how stuff work, you could already know more. You telling me you couldn't divide these taxes by 5. This is straight game. Some of them people, they probably don't even know this, but they do. So this is the situation. You take that number, right? Divided by 5. That's how much they possibly owed most each year. Now here's the scenario. They couldn't come up with 30 grand a year in 5 years. I'm going to say times 2. Second year, they couldn't come up with 60 grand. 4 years out, times 2, they couldn't come up with 120. And you put another 30 on that. 5 years out, how did they come up with 150? See? So I know how businesses is. Some people know that look at it like this. And let's talk about being a real CEO. Let's look. This could be this case. I'm going to tell you this. All right. Let's take the same 150, 1, 5. It says close, so they executed. So this is, you got to look at the business algorithms as what just transpired to understand the game we in. And this is it. If he was paying 30 bands a month, this must be a really big property first on the taxes. But let's go in further. Let's say, all right, let me see something. It got withdrawn. It was 31st on Oakland Street. It don't even say. It just say 31st on Oakland Street. So we would have to go into the APN to see other type of stuff. Nevertheless, what I'm explaining is if a person owed 30 bands 1 year and couldn't pay it, and then it went into everything I just illustrated, we know they're in a harder situation once it gets to $150,000, unless they a flipper and a hustler, because it really worked like this. All the penalties and everything included wanted by the state is inside of this 150 bands. So this is what they could have did. Let's go back and take 151,573, and this is CEO type talk. Now let's go divided by 5 years. This person could have financed their own loan. You got to understand this. Essentially, this person could have used this 30 racks in the first year that he was supposed to give it to the state and use it to flip. I'm not giving them that. So look at this. How much in your business is you going to get out of $30,000? Most businesses should get $60,000 out of $30,000. Close to it. You should really be doing triples. If you ain't on your triples is my minimum. But you can double your money. Right? So say this person said, okay, I'm a flipper. I'm going to pay them at the last minute. And I'm going to use their penalties in my mind as an arbitrary flip scheme interest rate. Because I know I could take 30 bands this year, right? And I'm going to double that. So that's times 2, but that's 1 year. Now he owed 30 bands the next year. He going to double that the next year. Times 2, right? Because he had a 60. So he had 120 in 2 years. And he still owed how much in taxes? 60 bands. So you're like, I ain't even giving him that 60 bands yet. Because as I see, I'm going to take this 120. And I'm still in year 2. What? I'm moving to year 3 now. Where he got the 120. He like, forget that. They gave me a good loan. In penalties and fees if you flipping, if you know what you're doing. So then what? I'm going to keep illustrating it so you can see how much more he flipped. Because we still in year 3, right? He owed 30 in taxes. He not giving them that. But he going to flip this whole number. Because he working with this whole number. And we going modest saying times 2. That's year 3. Am I wrong? We're going to do it. We can walk over the calculator. I'm going to start over. We're going to go back to 151. Because this is what he ultimately owed the government. After all his penalties and fees in 5 years. So we divided that by 5 years. And we got 30 bands a month. 30 bands a year is what he could have saved them, gave them to keep his thing off this auction thing, right? So he said, nah, I'm not giving him that. I'm going to flip the 30 bands, at least get double my money. That's times 2. That's the first year. So now he got 60 bands in the second year. He owed them, but look, he owed them 30 bands for the first year that he didn't pay. And he owed them, so he owed them this whole 60 bands again because he in the second year. So that's what I got to keep track of. But he's still doing it. So he like, nah. I'm flipping that. Times 2. Bow. But now this is when he start winning. Because in the third year, he don't owe them. He owed them 90 bands. You feel me? But he at the 120. All right, so, but now he about to bubble because he going to flip the 120. Times 2. He at 244. And he just crossed what? How many bands? I'm losing track, but y'all see how it's going to go. And I think he got one more time to flip this money before the 5 years. Y'all know I could lose track. I did this twice. I think I'm at year 4 now. And he owing maybe 120 at year 4. He owed 120, but he got 240. And he got one more flip to run before giving them they 150. So he gonna do that again. Times 2. Bow. $400,000. And he owed 150. Subtract 151 with all penalties and fees paid for, and your property is now not being auctioned off. He just made $300,000 by not paying his taxes, property taxes. When people don't know how to wiggle or talk or whatever, I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying this is why you get some of these, because it don't make no fiscal sense that a person couldn't come up with 30 bands each year, but he could come up with 150,000. You feel me? I would like to see what anybody thought about that. But calculators don't lie. You can mess up on them, but you can still run that and see. Now, if you're not flipping that double the money, or if you're flipping that triple, that's going to happen sooner. Man, I don't know, but if flipping is a business, that's all right. If you want to know what the word flipping mean in business, it's a transaction. It's a transaction because you never going to transact at an equal rate. If you transact at an equal rate, they call that a trade. We're not in the trading. So flipping is just a transaction. If you don't do a transaction, you don't have a business. No matter how much paperwork you got, and if you can do transactions before you register with the state, which is legal, you just have to, like, they basically saying you got to hurry up and tell us. Whenever you sign up, they're going to ask you, how long have you been operating doing this before you just register with us? See? And if you say too long, they're going to say, well, how much you made then, how much you made then. And they're going to be like, cool, pay us for that. But you ain't supposed to be, it should be in the same year. Because why? Because you shouldn't have to pay to do a business to figure out if it's lucrative for you. You can start, but see, what they set up was licenses and permissions that impede you from finding that out. Meaning you won't be able to find out if selling something wholesale is cool for you without getting a seller's permit. But you can have a seller's permit without an LLC. You see what I mean? And so, you know, this is what it is. And so, yeah, let's look at some of the situations that are different. 13 racks, then they probably was just like, I could pay that at any time, so my property really ain't in jeopardy, and I'm going to pay it in the 5th year. And again, if the money's sitting in the savings and it's not active money, then you're dumb paying penalties and fees. But you have to take those penalties and fees and see how close to a regular loan interest rate they are. Don't let nobody get you in a headlock financially. You take what they doing that might come on you negative and flip it, bruh. What? I gotta give y'all 8 racks? Please, I'm taking that 8 racks, making 16 today because y'all just gave me the motivation. And then you know what I'm saying? Instead of just being, some people be like, just get. I'm like, what? Please. So all of these people that say withdrawn, that is what the process details. You know why? Because they waited late enough for it to actually be put into the auction stack. But they came with the money to whatever process we saw and tell, or, describe, or however they did it. But we wasn't here for that. Guess what we here for? To show the opportunity that, this is about to be a dagger right here. This definitely is a 800,000. Well, let's see. Let me do my fair assessments. This is only Smash. Now, I ain't looked at nothing but this bid price, and I accidentally seen the address. And I'm going to tell you right now, it say $80,000 and it's Castro Valley, California. So when you take that, you already put 10 times on that. That's 800,000. It's not going to go for 10 times, but the fight between the 872 people that's up on this juk is going to push this. From my experience of watching auctions, some companies have it set to where they can go up to 10 times of the bid amount. It just happens too consistently. But watch how they're still going to be making a profit. Because this is probably a $2 million property. Castro Valley? Come on now. If it pop up on Zillow, it's a single family home or something like that. If it don't, look at that. 1.2. See? 1.2. So this is a different situation. Because I can't say, well, I'm going to flip 30,000 this year, flip 30,000 this year, because they are not a business. And most families don't think business minded unless they got a CEO of the family. You know what I'm saying? And most people do. And so really what I'm saying is you have a single family home that owes $80,000 in taxes. It might be closer to say that you're less likely to lose your research money on something like this because you see it hasn't been withdrawn yet. So even at this day, and it got 7 days left, someone's in the world trying to come up with this 80,000. And you know exactly where they live. You see what I mean? So now, how do you beat these 872 people? By contacting this person. You can even get their phone number and information right now. You could contact them on the phone, but I ain't showing how to do all that. You just got to be more savvy. So as we see, well, what's in the back of your head? Well, what about the other debts that they might have on this building? Let me tell you something, family. Nobody bigger. First position is called first position. Nobody bigger than the bank but the IRS and the state. So what that mean? What I just mean? That mean, look, family, who got the most muscles? We outside dude house. He all owe us all three. He owe me, my name the IRS. He owe you, your name the state. He owe you, your name the bank. Who got first position in the kicking in the door? Thank you. Well, you might be confused right here. You might answer the IRS, you be wrong. The IRS don't got first position over the state. You know how I know? Because you could buy a property from the state that still got an IRS lien on it, which means they lien was in second position, the bank lien in third position. What does that mean? When they put out their hands, first position, sock it to their pocket, then you sock it to second position. And by the time I get to third position, it ain't going to be no bread left half the time. So that lenders know this recourse too. So they got another way to wash it to get their bread, to where it'll be very seldom to where you acquire one of these. Almost never, but never ain't a thing. So I say very seldom that you acquire one of these and you actually buying the debt of the mortgage. You could buy the other liens. So you make sure it ain't no other liens. That's easy game. And I'm going to point you right to the people. And notice I don't never do nothing. I don't even be liking to do this, but I have to. Because then you just retarded. I don't do nothing. I'll give you all the consultation game. Like this is really it. All I ever do is slap my Cash App on the screen every once in a while. And people always represent. So that's a well-working system for me. Whatever people think the info is going to help them, if it helped them for 5 bones, 10 bones, cool. Some people going to go out and go get an 800 and they go, you know how life works. So putting people in position there, that's did things for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. So let's go back. This is a joke. I mean, it's more than a joke. This is just like something that we should have institutions to come together to make sure we can make a strong presentation at these damn auctions. Man, you meet Mr. Chan. All I could see was his name was Mr. Chan, because it don't show you who you bidding against. But it was this dude named Mr. Chan, bruh. I tell you no lie. He was trying to buy the entire Riverside, California. Mr. Chan must have been a business. Because he was bidding against me even on this one property. But when I looked at all the other properties, that was all the other APN numbers that surrounded your property. Because if you're smart, if you find an APN that's close to your other APN, you know you buying in the same area. It's the assigned parcel number. You feel me? Yeah, this dude has so much bread that he was he bought, like, I seen him buy like 20 parcels for 20 racks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Live online. Just all in my face. Cause you keep clicking to a different one and you see who the last bidder, and it say Mr. Chan. And I'm like, so I'm fighting him for my one property, and this fool is doing that with 20 other people, all with APNs that was next to each other. So I was like, this fool trying to get, these was 5-acre plots, and he wanted 20 of them. You feel me? So he was out here doing numbers. So he didn't get that one. He got everyone surrounding us, and I got like this one little one in the middle of whatever he trying to do. So eventually, if he trying to do something, he gonna have to holler. Like, we get that off you. But what I'm saying that to say is, it be people, it's real investors in here. It's not like you just gonna do that. So that's why you got to see if it started at 80,000. Yeah, most of them got it set to 10 times. And if you get that for 800,000 and it's worth 1.2 million, you just made 300 stacks. Come on, man. Ain't nobody tripping. So they'll let it get closer. That says worth 1.2 million. Let's just go all the way up to 1 million. But we got to be in position to do that, though. So I'm going to position myself with the crawl and the ball. Like, you start slow, and you don't hit them big target areas. You hit look, you're never going to have no success. It's only 2 folders. It's only 2 folders of parcels. So don't waste your time looking here. Oh, okay, it's more parcels. Well, they'll tell you the ultimate number up here. It's ultimately 193. Still don't waste your time. If you're just getting into this and it's only 193 parcels and you're in Alameda County, don't even try it. Don't try it with 100 racks. Don't try it with 200 racks. Let's say this 18,000 did the normal 10 times that they normally do. That's 180 racks. So you wasted your money trying to. What are you going to waste? You have to research every property. You can't put your money on nothing that might have encumbrances or liens. This 21,000, just say 210,000. Oh my God, this is another $1 million one. So this is what we talking about. And hey, I would love if I was a pseudo who never did this before. Believe it or not, I learned all of this from a pseudo who was lying. They was just lying. And so that's what I also learned what a scammer was. A scammer, somebody they might have the knowledge, but they never really did it. I mean, no, that ain't a scammer. They might have the knowledge, but they don't intend on following through with what they're selling you on. So this is Fremont Boulevard in Fremont, a building, yo. I don't even want to look there, but everyone know that's over $1 million. The reason why I can't look because it's not going to pop up on Zillow. It's going to pop up on LoopNet. And all we can see is the last thing it's sold for. So let's look at the last thing it's sold for. Look. So this right here, this whole building in Fremont is down $21,000 in taxes. So here we go again. We don't fight with these dummies. Excuse my language. Just let me chill. We don't fight with this 1,100 people who about to run this up to damn near $1 million. We go to the business and you want to know who the owner is, you pull up the tax records. So we go to the business, then we call for him by first name with our suit on and with our nice, maybe SUV. Even if we rented it or got it off Turo just to do this, the big black SUV is how I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? With some people in there. I don't care. Your presentation worked too. So now you want to talk to the owner, right? And you called him by name, so you just usurped the whole business. The business might not even know what's going on, but you definitely about to get in touch with the owner and you about to make him the same proposition. You about to be like, you ain't gonna do it as straight as I'm about to say it, but you like, what's up with this? What's up with this $21,000 in taxes that need to be paid in 7 days? We are relief. My company is called, name is something compassionate. My company is called Tax Sales Relief, where you could we have 3 recourses for you. We could cut you a personal check right now for a set amount for you to turn over the property to us. Wait, no, that's not right. Wait a minute. You got to work it out. You're going to pay their taxes. Yeah, if they're going to lose it outright, then you could cut a check to the state, not to them, to pay the taxes, and you also going to give them a personal loan. So this is what I mean. The reason why you're going to do that, because if you go to the market, the auction market, I'm telling you, and we're going to look over some old data so you can feel me. You're going to be paying 10 times this amount. So why not give that people double the amount? So you tell them, I'm going to give you $42,000 today, and we're going to quick claim this property, quick deed, right over into my name. And I don't have any ambitions with the property. Whatever your ambitions are, retain your ambitions. I'm just taking ownership of it and helping you out and helping my family out as well. If not, I'm going to go to the auction in 7 days and bid on it. So what you want to do? You feel me? So lastly, I'm going to, since I've been trying to convince people with ones that, just trying to show people with ones that are current. Let's go. This is why bid for assets is good. You can go to the history of this. Excuse me. And you can literally see how people have profited. To see now you got to look at old auction data in order to learn what you up against. For instance, 4 out of 5 of the first ones got withdrawn. That's useful information because you're going to know how much money you're going to lose on researching. Each property you research, if you go through the people I got, is going to be $89 a property, which is very cheap. Other title companies will charge you up to $200. So this one actually sold in Los Angeles County for $27,000. Let's look and see what it is. Don't let this be nothing, bro. It only got 6 bids. Let's store this into our research. That we just pulled up a piece of data. It's contradicting something I learned previously about these big counties like this. Most of the times you think everybody up on it. It's just a vacant city lot in the city somewhere, and you have to do your APN due diligence on it to see what it was. But the land value right here is $2,000. So this person must know what they're going to do with it in order to pay $26,000 for it. That's not the direction we're going. We need to go up, not down. So here's one that sold for $30,000, got 3 bids. It was another vacant lot. I'm not looking at that. Why? Because it's in Los Angeles County, which is a developed county. So if it don't got an address, you know that what they just bought was someplace in the cuddle up. Nobody bought this. So these are types I will just try to go after just to put an asset under my name. Because where else could you store $3,000 better than in a piece of land? See what I'm saying? 3 G's ain't worth nothing to you, right? It's like buying a trade line. Since 3 G's ain't gonna do nothing, I mean, it'll probably do a month worth of rent or something. You know what I'm saying? So really, in actuality, what if you could write that I actually own a vacant lot in Los Angeles County on an asset line for what's under your name? Sometimes you could just do that to get stuff under your name. But if you want to take it further, you put the 2 and 2 together. You keep the ambitions of getting something under your name, but you search in a county not like Los Angeles County. So notice when I went to Los Angeles, everything that was popping up, again, it did stick with it uncontradicted what I previously knew. Because in counties like that, you won't find nothing. But watch this. We're going to find somebody who made $500,000 on this website in El Dorado County in between October and November. The lowest bid was $700, and it was 345 parcels. So we definitely know one of those people. It's probably a millionaire who came right out of this auction. So I like to prove what I say, and so we're going to look at nothing but receipts. Here's one that sold in El Dorado County for $150,000. It raises my suspicions. This is the person, T.